Ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. No, not all ages, because this is definitely not an all ages show.
Correct.
Welcome to this week's episode of Funny Stories with Ocean.
Yeah, Tom, I appreciate you saying that is not
Definitely not appropriate.
No, it's not. It's not. You're getting better
you
and better.
walked in with your dick out. So
I did, and I
number
didn't.
one,
Exactly.
not appropriate.
I forgot to put it back away.
How are you this
I'm
week,
well. How
Chrissy
are you?
Cobain? You
Chrissy
good?
Cobain.
Yeah. How's your week? How was everything?
My week was a struggle.
Was it?
Let me tell you, there's some things that I take pretty seriously, Ocean.
Okay.
One of them is my nails.
Okay.
So I felt like I was what I asked for and what I got. So I'm having a breakdown in there, crying.
What did you ask for, or what did you get? Is these the nails this week? Okay.
This is what I got.
Okay. Is that not what you wanted?
It ain't exactly what I asked for. So it's like a Picasso, from far away. People are like, oh, she got cute nails. But up close, it looks like somebody vomited and threw up on my hands.
Let me see. Come here. I didn't even notice that. They're not that bad. Okay. I get it. Yeah. Where did you go? You didn't go to your normal nail girl? Is that what it is?
I need a solid nail tech in my life. But, that's just having a breakdown in the nail shop just now. I may or may not have tried to fight, but continue.
That's what I hear you. Well, this week, it's been crazy with the election, and we still trying to, Trump is going to fight it all the way through. It's just been a crazy situation, but, this country is going to fight back on whatever. I'm glad that you at least are looking as spectacular as you always look. I see you in the Louis.
I gotta let people know.
Yeah, exactly.
Your coins go to a good place.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're going to get right into it because we got a great guest today, and I'm excited to have him on, and it's great. We're going to have a great guest.
I'm excited to have him as well.
Are you ready for the entertainment? And this is our second week in a row with the music. Are you happy that Tom got you music finally?
I'm excited.
Okay, you ready? We're going to play it, Tom? Let's go.
Who's that fine sister with the news? It's Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Who's that fine sister with that ass? It's Chrissy.
It's Chrissy.
News Aster.
It's your news aster.
It's your news aster.
Every time I hear it, I still feel like I'm in a 70s porn.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt when I wrote that for you. I was like, what best describes my feelings for Chrissy?
Hey.
All right,
a Shaft movie.
A Shaft.
Before we get into that, I totally forgot that this week we have different drinks. You are on the Truly Pineapple because I know that you want your pussy to always taste good.
Always.
Even though
It's
that's
top shelf
artificial flavoring
Don't
in
matter.
that, but it's still pineapple.
Yeah.
This week I got Coors Seltzer Black Cherry because I'm black and the best flavors are black cherry, right? So
Ocean barely black, but
not that
Damn.
I'm barely black.
Damn.
You know what's so funny?
I got licorice blacker than you, bro.
Listen, you know what's so funny? As much as Tom loves you, and I'm going to put up some behind the scenes stuff, he had you in here singing before our guest came and everything. Our first newscaster girl, which was an amazing singer, Kristen,
Yes.
which we all love, but of course she had other shit to do. Kristen can sing, and Tom never was like, sing some shit for me. And so he was dealing with you singing.
We also didn't have time when she just showed up. It was like, all right, let's do this and get the fuck out.
if Kristen would have taken her clothes off, I'm sure Tom would have asked her to sing too.
This is true.
Listen, Ocean takes his clothes off all the time. I never ask him to sing with me.
This is also true. And if you did, I would not do it. All right, so I have Coors Seltzer Black Cherry. We're going to see how good that one is. You have Truly Pineapples. All right, so we got to always cheers at the beginning. Did you want me to?
It's those nails.
I was wondering if your fake nails was going to come off and was it going to be good. I want you to try this one. I want to see what it's like. Okay, curious. Oh, that's good. Yo,
Good.
let me tell you the reason why we're doing this. Because I'm losing weight and I can't really drink I'm only drinking water or sort of like some sort of seltzer shit instead of regular alcohol. So every week I am been on some sort of new seltzer that I'm trying. Just so you know, I was letting our guests know and everybody know that I'm trying to
Ocean,
lose
it's
weight.
okay. You can let the people know you're soft.
I know. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago on how light skinned I am and how soft we are. All right. You ready for the news aster part of the
news
segment? Let's get it.
aster.
First question. Let's go.
First question.
First question.
Jeff and Lauren Lowell
Okay.
from the hit show Tiger King are being offered around $300,000 per video from porn companies to shoot 3 sex videos.
Oh, wow.
One video of Jeff and Lauren having sex together,
Okay.
another video of them getting down with their nanny, and a third with them and another guy of Lauren's choosing. My question is, would you pay to see Jeff and Lauren have sex?
Okay. So they're making $900,000 for 3 videos. And my answer is no. Have you seen her and him? That motherfucker refuses to take off his hat. So you know he's bald as shit under there. And that's not even the type of white girl that I like. So no, I'm not even fucking with her. I'm good.
Listen, if I'm the Tiger King, I'd say, you know why they're being offered all this money? Carol fucking Baskin. Carol fucking Baskin.
Killed her, snatched her husband. I don't know how that song goes. Whacked him. But yeah, Carol Baskin is the reason. She was supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars. Was she on Dancing with the Stars, Carol Baskin? I think she was. Information guy? It's next season. Okay, yeah.
Oh, next season.
So Tom knows everything about everything, so he's our information guy.
I don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, right. All right. So yeah, no, I would not like to see it, but there are some white people that want to see it. So yes, they're going to get paid $900,000. I think we need to start doing some shit like that,
Shit,
right?
for $900,000.
$900,000.
I'll fuck everybody on this planet for $900,000.
You would fuck all of them for
I will go door to door knocking like it's your turn. Hey, my favorite was they used to have that like, who's next? And they do the dance. It would be like that, but I'd be waiting in the room like fucking one, and then I'd be like, who's next? Go. 900,000, yeah.
Okay, that it is a lot of money. I didn't even know porn can get you that much money because it's all free online now. But I guess that's a thing that we need to get into and figure out, right?
Now, when you know better, do better.
Do better. Next question. Let's go.
The owner of Arby's just purchased Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins for $11 billion. I didn't know anybody eats at Arby's, so my question is, how does the owner have $11 billion to purchase Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins?
$11 billion?
With a B?
That's what I said. Like with a B.
That's
$11
crazy.
billion.
I don't know anybody who eats at Arby's either. Have you been eating at Arby's?
Listen.
Have you ever had I know they have great commercials, where are the beef, but I didn't know that anybody eats there.
Let me tell you where the beef is.
Okay.
Arby's is it's the front store. Okay. It's like in The Wire where they had like laundromats and like the funeral home. Arby's is so they can move, drug, weight. That's the only way they got that $11 billion.
Right.
I ain't never seen a soul in an Arby's drive-thru.
Ever.
I ain't never seen a car parked outside. They probably don't even have employees. There's nobody at Arby's.
It's like, yo, I swear to God, I'm not even bullshit. So we're in Hollywood. There is a Arby's on Sunset, almost near the 101 freeway. Like you said, I've never seen a car in there.
Yeah.
I walked in there one time, and it was an employee behind the desk was like, "Oh shit, what you doing here?" And I was like, "I want to try some Arby's, my dude." He was like,
we ain't got nothing for
we
you.
ain't got shit for you."
It's a front.
I don't know. That's the only one I ever know. I don't know any other Arby's around the country. Have you ever seen any Arby's?
Yeah, there's
Tom?
one over in Burbank. But Jon Stewart, remember when Jon Stewart was hosting The Daily Show?
Yes.
He was constantly busting on Arby's.
Right.
It was an inside joke. I don't know why they did it, but he had the best dig on Arby's. He said their slogan should be Arby's, when you want to challenge your stomach to a fight.
That's fine. I've only eaten Arby's once, but you know what? It's a couple of weeks ago I had posted a question about that. online, and people were saying that they had never been in Arby's either. And then a lot of people were like, Arby's has great curly fries, which I didn't know. So I think after this show, I'm going to go to Arby's, get some curly fries, see if I get offered crack cocaine there, because I think that's the case.
That's what's happening at Arby's.
All right, next question. Let's go. Third question.
Yeah. Zoe Laverne, 19, who boasts almost 18 million followers on TikTok, faced massive backlash after kissing fellow TikToker Connor Joyce. He's 13. He's 6 years her junior.
Damn.
My question is, should she go to jail? And if not, is it a double standard for women?
Damn. I'm saying that dude at 13 is lucky as shit. And no, he should not go to jail. She shouldn't go to jail. She's doing America a favor by jacking this dude off at 13. It's, you know what I'm saying? Could you imagine? I'm 13. I remember when I was 13, and I remember I wanted to have sex with girls. And I remember the girl that I really liked, Melanie Pendleton. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and Melanie Pendleton, we would go over to her house, and we would do religion, and I would be underneath the table jacking her off while we were doing religious shit, and then she would be with it. And then as soon as we get home, she would tell her mom while we're on our way home. As soon as we walk in the door, the phone would ring from her parents. And my brothers already knew. They were like, yo, what did you do? And I was like, I mean, her pussy was right there. I couldn't help it.
No,
you guys keep
Ocean.
sitting me next to Melanie Pendleton. She was like 16 with big ass titties.
And
so
you
yes,
were, yeah.
And I was 13. So
you were
yeah,
ready.
I was
so
ready.
Listen, he gonna learn today. All right. So I don't think that she should go to jail.
Right.
I mean, why are we going to talk about everything has double standards. Yeah.
Yes.
If it was the other way around and it was a 19-year-old dude and a 13-year-old girl, I would be like Trump was with Hillary. Lock him up.
right.
But no, like he loved every second.
Oh, he loved every second of it. And I read the article they were talking about, because I don't know the questions you said to me, but I read the article on it, and he was happy, and she said that they were friends, and it was a mistake, and they decided not to do it no more. But they definitely fucked for a while. And this kid is chubby too. Like, he not even handsome.
So she did him a solid.
She did him a solid. He wasn't even Justin Bieber handsome at 13. He's like fucking fat as shit. So it's amazing that he got a girl that look as good as her at fucking 13. So yes, I will be happy at 13.
All right.
Next and final question, our fourth question. Final question.
With the election being a shit show,
as it was,
Kanye West had 50,000 American votes for him.
Damn.
My question is, if he ran in 2024, does he have a realistic chance of winning?
Yeah. If 50,000 people voted for him,
50,000.
Hey, listen, I'm with it. I want to see Kanye go through all of the debates. That will be the funny shit. He started late, right? He started late, and he still got 50,000. Can you imagine him going on the debates?
He's not going to make it.
No, he's going to make it. He's going to be on the debates telling everybody, he's like, I'm Kanye West. You know, he's like fucking a narcissist.
How, Sway? They're going to be like, this and this and this is the fact. How, Sway?
He going to be on there with the budgets. How you going to do the budget, Sway? How you going to? Yes, I absolutely want to see. Yes. I'm here for Kanye. He got to start early, go through the debates. He got to be on there, wear a suit and tie, the whole nine. I want to see it. I'm here for it.
I'm not here for it. I'm not trying to see Kanye having break. We see the way he is with Kim. Like, he be having 1 minute, I'm leaving. He all over Twitter. And I'm not here for it, Kanye.
I want to see Kanye.
Chill with, miss me with all that presidential talk.
What would the ratings be if he was on there? He would be so great.
This is running a country. We're not focused on the ratings.
He's never going to win. I just want to see him go on there and go. He's going to bring Kim with him.
But
he's going to bring his kids. It's going to be the whole nine.
Once upon a time, we said the same thing about Donald Trump. We were like, oh, he's never going to be the president. It's just for entertainment.
And this motherfucker won. So, hey, anything's possible.
Drops mic. I could walk off after that.
All right. Okay. I'm going to let you know I did not like this Coors Seltzer because it tastes just like beer. And I'm not really a beer drinker.
You should have had some pineapple.
I should have had.
I'm gonna taste good if you're looking for something yummy.
All right, well, that's the end of our entertainment section. We got it with Chrissy Gobain, the newscaster. That's right. Well, don't leave yet. Okay. Did you? Yeah, sure. Okay, that's amazing. Wow, that's great. Hey, listen, I'm amazed every week. I try not to be amazed. I know you for a long time, and I'm still amazed every week on how great you look. That's amazing. All right. We are ready for our guests to come on, man. I'm excited this week for our guests. Listen, this dude has over 1.5 million followers on Instagram. He has over 4 million followers on Facebook. He is doing this thing with sketches. He's one of the premier guys on, I don't know what they call it, what it's called, but pretty much he pretty much internet comedian. I don't know if that's true. We'll talk about that with him a little bit, but he's doing this thing, and he's been doing this thing for a long time. I need everybody in the studio, start clapping right now. Start clapping right now. Everybody start clapping right now. Yeah. Tonio Skits, y'all. Make some noise. Come on through, fam. Yeah. What's up, man? How are you? Yes, good. How are you? Come on, sit down. You can come right through this way. Yeah, get in there. Yeah, how's everything?
Everything's good, man.
Everything's good?
Everything good. Let me get ready for you.
Get ready for that. That's
what up, baby?
That's right. I'm chilling, man. So how's life? How's everything going?
I mean, my candidate that I voted for didn't win.
Yeah? You wanted Trump to win?
Nah, Kanye. I was one of the 50,000.
You was actually one of the 50,000.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I voted for the old Kanye.
You voted for the old Kanye, too.
The college dropout Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Tell me though, you would be ready for all of that if you were, you know what I mean? Like if he did the whole thing.
Listen,
everything.
if he's on a debate, I'm watching.
That'll
That'll be one of the highest rated shows ever.
Yeah.
You just want to see what Kanye's gonna do.
Exactly.
His reaction. Imagine somebody talking to him and he's just. They ask you a question, Kanye. You just walk off.
Exactly. This is true.
Yeah.
That's right. So where you from? Let people know where you're from.
I'm from New York.
Okay.
I grew up in the Bronx,
Right.
and then I moved to Miami,
Okay.
and that's where I started my videos in Miami.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And so what I always want to know, because I'm into the internet sketches and stuff, but I'm not really that much into it. But I know that you do amazing. Like I watch all your sketches and it's super, super funny. You're super talented. And, there's only a certain amount of people that I watch because I feel like, it's a lot of people do sketches and it don't even be funny. And I just be like, yo, what was that right there? Like it just ended. Like there was no punch to it, like a joke or anything. It just stopped. Like I was like, oh, okay, shit. And that was it. But yours are great and hilarious. How does that process even work? How do you come up with your sketches and everything?
Well, I started about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I started because of a breakup.
Okay.
So, whatever. Just my ex, I was with her for 4 years, and then she cheated on me. And I had 600 followers on Instagram.
Damn.
I waited a week. Because I was willing to take her back.
She was winning, right?
But she had to make that call.
She had to make that call, right? You was in love.
Yo, her ass was fat.
It was like Chrissy. Right. Go ahead.
Talking about Chris, you got OnlyFans, don't you?
You know what? So
the way you
funny.
talk, you got one.
If you'd like to subscribe, you can catch me at Chrissy Gobain.
Follow.
So do you have an OnlyFans?
You know what? I did start an OnlyFans, and when I had thrown it out there, like, oh, I'm going to do an OnlyFans, all of a sudden, all these dudes start hitting me up like, I need to see you stick this shit in your ass. And I was like, oh, this is just too much.
This is too much.
So I never posted anything, but I have one guy who was real solid, and he had hit me up like, hey, I just decided to get on OnlyFans, and guess what I found? And I was like, oh man, I don't have anything posted, but he was like, I followed you, I subscribed so you could know it's real. I don't have a single picture posted.
So you were there to really like have pictures and have people, but then it turned into porn, and that wasn't what you were trying to accomplish.
I threw it out there on my Instagram, and I got like 70 DMs. I never even knew that some of these people wanted such specific things from me.
But you can make a lot of money doing that.
Well, to clear things up, OnlyFans now is changing things up. They're taking in non-adult creators. You can put a cooking show on there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to change things up and just make it, OnlyFans in this industry, or, if you're doing a dance competition, put it on there. So that's what they're doing now. But can you make money? There's this girl, I know. She just turned 18 last week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago. She created her OnlyFans. She was waiting. 18, she created OnlyFans. She made $800,000.
$800,000.
$800,000.
She made $800,000.
Yeah. So listen.
Hey, y'all, catch me on OnlyFans. It is Chrissy with a K.
T, don't tell her I need her as the host. If she makes
Chrissy with a K, go bang.
Hey, $800,000. She ain't doing
Run
this
me
show
my
no
money.
more.
You're gonna see a knockoff here next week. Hi, I'm Chrissy. Who is that? Yeah, Chrissy left us.
Chrissy left. She got that OnlyFans money.
Wow, $800,000. She just turned 18. Yo, that is.
But she was already lit. She was popping. She had some followers.
Right.
At least I think 8 or 9 million on the gram, and then I got OnlyFans. And
what was the girl that kind of fucked OnlyFans up for everyone? What was
Bella Thorne.
Bella Thorne.
Oh yeah, she shut it down.
She shut it down, right? Because she said she was gonna put. She said she was gonna put some stuff up, and then she didn't. That's crazy. So is it something that you would go to, or would you go to OnlyFans as a creator?
Yeah, I actually just created.
Okay.
I'm gonna have content up there, exclusive content. So before I get into that, let me finish the story.
Okay.
So this girl cheated on me. I waited a week, and my homeboy sends me a picture of her in the Bahamas with the dude she cheated on me with. So you can imagine, like, I never been touched like that. Like that hit me.
Right.
I was living in my aunt's house in the garage. I had just moved in there, so I had no cable. I had Wi-Fi, so I was just on my phone, and Instagram just came out with videos. So all the creators from Vine started, coming over, because now you got 15 full seconds.
Right.
On Vine, we only had 6.5 seconds. So I saw a video, and I just decided to make one about her. And within a day, she's texting me like, "Yo, why you talking shit about me?" Like, I just made a funny video. I didn't say her name. I didn't. I just said what happened to me.
Right.
But who anybody who knew.
Right.
So she hit me up like, "Why you talking shit?" He's not. Oh, because the dude she cheated on me was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she's like, "Yo, he don't sell drugs no more." And then
she thought her pussy changed on that quick.
So I made 9 more. 9 more videos.
So basically, you said you an asshole. You cheat on me. You gonna get these videos.
You gonna get these videos.
And then through that process, making these videos became therapeutic for me. So I started making videos about anything.
Right.
If a therapist was to look at all my videos, they'd be like, okay, he had a problem, because I do a lot of relationship stuff.
Right.
Then I do a lot of clever ways to cheat. Or I used to come up with this character, the professional side dude. I come up with different ways. Like in one skit, I'm with a baddie. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking my shirt off. She's getting right. You hear the door. Her man is there. I'm like, oh, so you got the crazy music in the background. I'm like, she's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm like, well, you asking me? Like, that's your man. And he's walking around. He's like, baby, where's my wallet? And we're looking around. He opens a room door, and he looks. And you see me there, like, bitch, you got to do this shit right. I'm doing her hair. I'm like, bitch, and then we look, and he's like, who's that? And then she's like, oh, that's my husband. I'm like, damn, bitch, he cute. Anyway, I'm doing her hair. That's how I got out of it.
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, his skits are funny as shit.
You know what? I think I saw one of them recently where you kept saying like it wasn't me. Like it was like the funniest shit.
Yeah, I did a video. Because, dudes deny shit all the time.
Right.
So I wanted to really take it to an extreme. And I'm actually working on part 2. So, my girl comes home. She's like, yo, where were you earlier? she go, where were you earlier? Because this girl sent me a DM. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this about? I'm like, that's not me. And she's like, oh, that's not you. Oh, okay, cool. Because there's a picture of you. Is this you? And I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's not me. She's like, oh, because I see the same sweater. You have the same. I look at my sweater. That's not me. She's like, wow, you're there with your homeboy, and there's a whole video. And in the video, I'm like, yo, it's Tonio Skits. I'm with my homeboy, and I'm kissing the girl, which is the neighbor. Yes. The video stops. I'm looking at her like, and then the camera backs out, and my boy's right there eating fruit.
Yes.
And I'm like, we're like, that's not us.
Both were like, it's not us. I was like, that is seriously.
Hey, listen, I'm a true, like, I'm a writer on a TV show, so I'm a punch-up guy, right? So what you could do also, if you take it, you could do it when you have your mom, and you and your mom is in the grocery store or whatever, and it's like, well, that's not me. Your mom is like, no, I see you with your mom, and it's you and your mom.
Me.
Like,
that's not me.
That's not me.
That's not me.
My son. That's not me.
I was just waiting for you to be like, damn, I'm caught. Nah. And he was like, no.
So the next one is going to be me in being interrogated by the cops. And apparently I ran off my wedding. They're asking me if it was me. They show me the footage. That's not me.
Right.
You know, then they show my wife in a wedding dress. She's like, yo, you left the wedding. Like, why? And then you can see me with tux on. Right. I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man. Like I said, your skits are funny as shit. So what is that? What genre do you think that's considered? Because, you know, I do stand up, and you're starting to do stand up too as well.
Well, I did stand up.
Okay.
I did stand up in Miami for the first time. I went on stage.
All right.
So talking about that, you know, coming from, you know, social media,
right,
as a content creator, we face a lot of, because there's other people
right,
that do skits,
right.
Sometimes the shit don't make no sense.
Exactly.
And like they got a bunch of followers,
right,
and they think they lit.
Right.
Oh, I'm a comedian. So now we have beef with some stand-up people. This is like in the beginning stages, because yo, stand-up, like I've done it,
right,
and that shit, I respect it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for somebody coming from social media not respecting that craft,
right,
because you doing funny videos online, it's not the same, homeboy.
It's not the same at all.
Sit in front of a stage and you
right,
got to feed off the crowd. You got to see what's good, what's not. And so, you know, we had a little beef. Stand-up people will look at us differently. We look at them differently. But that's changed over time.
Right.
Because now stand-up understands after what Kevin Hart did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He basically used social media, you know what I'm saying, to get his name out there.
Right.
Because he wasn't getting booked.
Right.
Then he started filling up seats talking about, listen, I want half of what the club makes. He changed the game.
Right.
So now, you know, we work together. We work up with stand-up comedians and whatnot. So I did my first show. They booked me in Miami. And, man, I prepared as much as I can. I had a lot of friends that would stand up, like Rito Brown. Have you ever heard Rito Brown?
Yeah, Rito. He's going to do the show.
Yeah, so I did it. And, man, I was on the Henny, and that helped me a lot. I did good.
Yeah.
I threw this one joke out there talking about, I'm like, listen, if you're on a date or whatever, fellas, I'm going to let you know right now if you're going to smash or not.
Right.
Buy her a shot.
Right.
If she allows that second shot to be bought, you know, you smashing. So I'm looking at the crowd and I see a dude with 2 shots, and I look and I say something to him.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you hitting or whatever? And she gets up. Oh, no, he ain't hitting, but if you are, I'm like, yo, she said that at me. A whole fight broke out between them. They got thrown out, the most crazy shit ever, but it was great for me. Everybody was laughing.
Yo, listen, Miami is no joke to do comedy. I remember when I ever first went to Miami, there was an old Miami in Orange Grove, I think it's called. Orange, is that
Coconut Grove.
Coconut Grove. That was the old Miami Improv. And everybody was saying how hard it was to do comedy in Miami, because Miami's no joke. And it's just like they'll tell you like you ain't funny, is whatever. So I'm kind of sitting outside of the Improv watching the people come in, and I'm stressed out. I'm stressed the fuck out. And I'm like, I got to figure out how I can get into this crowd. And I go to the host, and I'm looking for the host, but his name is Beanie. I forget exactly what his name is, but he didn't never talk to you coming out. And I heard going there that he would just bring up the comics terrible. So you were already in a hole because he was bringing you up terrible, and then the crowds wasn't shit. So I was scared as fuck, but I was getting this money. I was like, I just got to do it. So I remember he was at like a show in LA. So I finally found him and I went to him. I was like, yo, man, I remember you was in LA last week, man. You funny as shit, man. I watched you the whole time. I had never heard of you. I was just gassing him up. So when he came on stage and brought me up, he had to bring me up with love because I had just gassed him up off stage. Like, you the best thing. I don't know why you ain't made it, my nigga. He was like, all right, this dude's cool, so he brought me up with love. So I understand how that Miami shit is. Miami's real.
I got, I got lucky. It was it's Latino.
Yeah.
I'm Latino, so
Right.
that was my first experience. So from there, I took what I learned from there, and spoke to other stand-up comedians. Then before I'm doing 2 HBO Latino specials.
Damn. Off top.
Off top. So I went there, presented the artists, said some jokes. And I did my thing. So that is my stand-up, what you call it? That's everything I've done for stand-up.
Right.
'Cause after that, I respected it so much.
Right.
I felt like the time I need to develop, my storylines or whatever it is, I don't have that time, and I respect it too much because I create content.
Right.
So, I dabbled in it. I was successful, but I respect it so much. Like, I'm not going to just go up on stage and
just
try
not
to
get
wing
on
it
stage,
like I
right.
did already.
Right.
Talking about real quick, the comedy club in the Grove.
Mm-hmm.
I had so Mike Epps is my favorite comedian of all time. Period.
Favorite.
Wow,
okay.
I went over there to see him,
Uh-huh.
and he did his thing. I brought my sister. Tell me how Mike was hitting on my sister.
Was he?
Yo, this man tried to smack. He invited her to the hotel to smoke. I'm like, this is my favorite dude.
Right.
I mean, it was funny.
Right.
You can't get mad. I'm
Right.
like,
Let your favorite dude hit your favorite.
He was like, nah, I'm good on that.
so when I moved here to LA, this was like years ago.
Right.
The comedy situation.
Uh-huh.
So I moved here to LA, and I had a videographer that shoots all my stuff. I had to go back to Miami, work on a project over there, and my videographer became Mike Epps' personal videographer. So he shoots for him every day.
That's
And I still haven't met him.
crazy. You still haven't met him?
I still haven't met him.
Have you asked to meet him?
Um,
This is how you get him back. Let me tell you what you do. you finally meet him and make sure it's in front of his wife. you go, yo, remember that time you tried to fuck my sister? That's how you do it. And his wife, no, you got
This was a long time ago. It was a long
I
time
know,
before
but
his wife. Before his wife.
Yo.
Yo, that's against. I'm not even a dude, and I know that that's against bro
No,
code.
it is. But it would just be funny to see him squirrel and get him back. You got to get him back for trying to. Did he know it was your sister though?
Nah, he had no idea.
Oh, okay. Well,
He had
yeah.
no idea.
I thought he
didn't
knew.
even know me. Like,
Oh yeah, right.
I was just random. And he was just like, you trying to smoke? He didn't try to like, hey, you want to fuck?
Yeah.
But a nigga know. A nigga know. So
So is it? So you like being on? Because like you said, you have 4 million followers on Facebook. You like that more than YouTube or?
Well, since I started on Vine and Instagram,
Okay.
because every platform has its, you have to adapt to that. When it was Instagram, 15 seconds, comedy has to be quick.
Right.
You got to get to the punchline. When you're on YouTube, this is long form.
Right.
So it's different. You can't have that same Instagram mentality.
Right.
I learned that because I used to go to auditions, because social media is not the goal.
Right.
Social media is where I was having fun and making money.
Right.
And it became a business. So
Right.
obviously I'm gonna stay there. If it's lucrative, I'm having fun and making money.
Right.
The goal is obviously to transfer over to traditional television, movies. I wrote movies. I got 2 movies that I wrote right now that I wrote. So that's always been a goal. So I would go to auditions, and I remember this one. I really wanted to get this one. I studied. I did the lines over and over and over, and then I put myself on tape, and I went to see an acting coach, and I played it for her. Like I was confident about
Right.
it, and she looked at it. Man, she just kept it 100. She goes, "You don't see it, do you?" I'm like, "What?" Like right there, I'm like, you know what? I should just quit. Like maybe it's not for me.
Right.
And I'm doing good on social media. Like how the fuck? Like how you know what I'm saying? Like I believe I'm a good actor.
Right.
And she taught me something that I didn't realize. When she played it for me, I was going so fast. Because on Instagram, you got 15 seconds. You got to get to the jump punchline. Right. So I'm reading this script with, because I've done so many Instagram videos. I think it's great. It's great for social media.
Right.
Not for fucking TV.
Not for TV.
So once I learned that, I'm like, wow, I saw it. So I had to slow it down. Think before I'm talking.
Right.
Like, in real life.
Right.
And, so I get it. So every platform has its own way of acting or producing or putting content together.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that you are a star in the world of social media. I'm going to tell you a story that you don't even know. I was dating a social media girl that would do videos with you and everything, and I never met you, but she invited me to a birthday party of yours, and it was at what was it's on Hollywood. It was where they do
upstairs,
arcades
outside,
and arcades
open
and
on a
shit.
roof or something like that.
Yeah, and invited me. And
oh no, okay, I know what you're talking about. Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's
Yeah.
in Hollywood. And I went to this party, and I stand up and everything, and so I go with her, and I walk in, and it was so many influencers and people there for your birthday, and they were just showing you mad love, and it was like a fucking Hollywood event, but it was social media, and I was in awe. I was like, damn, this dude is really doing it. And I never met you, and she was like, Tony, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, wow. And I was just.
So who's this girl?
I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you.
I was going to say, if you need, anybody to service your parties in the future.
I mean, we could shoot something.
I'm available.
Yeah, no, but it really shows how much influence social media is taking over, and you can still make a great living doing that, and just having followers and people knowing exactly who you are. And like you said, the girl on the OnlyFans, $800,000, turning 18. Can you imagine what you was doing at 18 if you had $800,000? What you'd be doing?
Shit.
Yo, I would have every. Oh, you would be with her.
Tom knows what he would
Yo, I swear to God, I would just be whatever. Man, so it's just amazing. All right, so as we know, this podcast is called Funny Stories with Ocean. So what we do is we have great, amazing, funny guests come on and tell a funny story that they have, anything that's happened to them in their life, anything they want to share. You may have told it before, you may not, but it's new to us and new to our fans. So we would love for you to tell a funny story.
Funny story.
Okay.
I do have a story I haven't told.
Okay.
All right, so this is my first week here in LA. I just moved to LA. Justina Valentine, you know who she is? Red hair, Wildin' Out.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't mention that, but I'm on Wildin' Out season 8, 9, 10, 11.
I know you are.
He didn't mention that.
It was a Wildin' Out. Okay, let me ask you this question then before you go. If Nick Cannon isn't the host anymore, would you do the show?
No, period. No.
Why not?
Because, first of all, people that are on that show, Nick personally, you know what I'm saying, helped you somehow.
Right.
And I remember when I got onto the show, I was actually, when I tried out for season 7, they said no. I made it to the finals. And I messed up because I was told when you audition, you have to audition and they'll give you a couple games to play, Let Me Holler. You have to come up with a quick pickup line.
Right.
And they said that you do the rap the next day. So I'm like, I'm gonna practice the rap when I get to the hotel. So I did all my stuff. I came up with a pickup line, showed them a few characters. I made it to the finals and okay, cool. You're gonna rap now. The same day. Right. So I wasn't ready.
You wasn't ready.
So when the rap part came out, I kind of disappeared in the crowd.
Right.
And and I could spit, but I gotta practice.
Right.
So they said no. So I'm like, bet. So it was the longest plane ride back because it was in New York. I went back to Miami, And I started remembering all the people that would be like, "Oh, yo, you're not funny."
Right.
Because people comment that like, "Yo, you too old," whatever. But then when I landed, I was like, "Yo, I was just in front of Nick Cannon."
Right.
And
Which
I
is
did
amazing,
this
dude.
from doing videos in my garage.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna up it up,
Right.
and then I moved to LA. Sure enough, the executive producer, like 6 months later, called me up like, "Yo, season 8's trying. You're not gonna try out." What I didn't tell him, what I wanted to say, like, "Fuck no, I ain't gonna try out.
Right,
Y'all didn't
right.
want me. I'm gonna shine by myself."
Right.
But what came out my mouth was, "Hey man, I moved to LA, so they're like," and he was like, "Yeah, so did we."
Right.
I was like, because now they're filming the show in LA, and I was in LA. I'm like, oh. He was like, so can you be at the CBS studio tomorrow? I'm like, yes, I can.
Right.
Man, I stood up all night, and assuming what they're gonna ask me, I just got signed to Kevin Hart's LOL network. I went to Hawaii to film with him. I directed, wrote, and filmed a video with his production team. Dope. So I figured they're probably gonna come up with some. I gotta diss Kevin Hart.
Right.
So man, I came up with every joke you possibly get.
Right.
Man, when I get there, I was on the show. I didn't even have to do none of that.
You were just on the show.
On the show, they're like, "Yo, you on the show?"
With nothing. You didn't have to audition or nothing.
Nothing. Not the second time around. I did good the first time. I just guessed because the first person they picked up from social media like that was DC Young Fly.
Right.
On season 7. And the thing is, you go after DC, man, that man is hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Even when he sleep, he's funny.
He's right, yeah.
So I guess I just didn't shine, and I don't know what happened in season 8 when they started like seeing all these different people. They must have remembered me, and I was on the show.
That's
after that.
what's up. Because I had Doughboy. We had Doughboy on the show, and he said he went through like a similar process, and he just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and he bum rushed it, and he got the audition, and he got on.
Yeah.
Were you on seasons with Doughboy?
Nah, I think Doughboy ended in season 7. I came in season 8, and that's when they started picking people from social media. So I was the first Latino. You know what I'm saying? And I stood on season 8, 9. I got Justina on. So nobody was fucking with Justina. I remember when I called the executive producer, because I was already cool with Justina.
Right.
Me and Justina were tight. Whenever I would go to New York and do some type of hostings, Justina always pulled up, bring some girls, and just always supporting me. So when I posted, I'm on the show, she hit me up like, "Tonyo, I've been trying to get on that show." And then it just hit me because Justina, show freestyle right there you could wake her up, freestyle.
She's on it. She freestyle, right.
So
there's a lot of talented people in this world, yeah.
So I'm like, yo, you gotta get on. So I hit up the executive producer. I'm like, yo, I really got somebody. And they're like, hold on, you're new. Don't be trying to refer somebody and you're gonna look stupid. Right. I'm like, man, I promise you, man, I'm willing to look stupid for this one.
Right.
He was like, all right, what's the information? All right, she's a white girl. He's like, nah, we good. We good. I'm like, yo, please, just hear me out.
Right.
He was like, man, just email me something. So I talked to, I hit up the executive producer. I hit up Justina. I'm like, Justina, send me everything you got. I took her stuff, edited it, put it together, and send it. She scored that audition. But when she went over there, she ripped everybody open. Talked about the executive producer and what the shoes he had on. Like, she just dissed everybody. And now she's like the poster child of the show.
Yeah,
like, you think of Wild 'N Out, you got to think of Justina.
Okay. So did you get something for that?
Nah, man, that's the sis. That's my sis.
That's what dudes. That's how dudes be. Yo, I got you on this shit. What you got? Man, what you got for me, though?
Justina, man, she's
very talented.
Sometimes, there's there's a lot of people that are popping right now.
Right.
That started on my sofa. Because you had all the, most of these Instagram people, whatever, they're from here, LA. I was that first wave that came from the outside.
Right.
And I knew nobody. When I got here, the way I worked my way in, I'm like, I find out whoever was shooting, I'll show up. Like, yo, if you need help, I'll hold the camera. But I would show up every time. I became reliable.
Right.
And then when they needed somebody, like, yo, call that Tonyo. I'll pull up, and they will remember me. So I helped out on every shoot. To the point now I started giving ideas, and my ideas were good. They were listening to me. Then after that, they were asking me, like, yo, you think this was good? I'm like, nah. Then when I was shooting my video, I'd be like, yo, Daystorm, King Bats, yo, I need this video real quick. they're not gonna say no. As much as I help, they
Right.
pull up. They humble like that.
Right.
They help me, and then I became a part of that family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got. So, anyways, there's a lot of people. So I was the first one here, and a lot of other creators saw me. And they're like, "Yo, he's doing it. He's on Wild Now. He's with Kevin Hart. Like, we gotta do the same." So they will come visit. They'll stay on my sofa, look around for houses or whatever. I'll show them the way. There's a lot of those people, and they forgot. But then there's some people that didn't forget, the help I gave, like Justina never forgets. I saw an interview not so long ago. I didn't even know about it. She's talking about what I did. Cardi B. I did something for Cardi B, and she never forgot.
Right.
I never told that story to
No,
Cardi B. So,
all right, so you want to pick this because I interrupted you. You want to tell this one or you want to tell the Cardi B one?
I mean, it's not. Well, I'll tell the other one. I can tell you the Cardi B.
All right, so we'll tell your funny story, and then we can get to Cardi B if we have time for that.
All right, cool. All right. So it's my first week here. Justina shooting her music video.
Right.
This is 2015. She's shooting her music video. She got an Airbnb. I pulled up to be in the music video. And whatever, we just chilling. I'm sitting on the sofa. I'm like, yo, I'm in LA.
Right.
I'm in a big ass house. And I'm on the sofa. And for whatever reason, I felt something. I found a phone.
Okay.
And I'm looking around the house. I'm like, yo, is anybody whose phone is this? And nobody. I was like, no. And I'm like, there's nobody else is here. And nobody left early. So whatever. I'm looking through the phone and I see a whole bunch of famous names. I mean, Kylie Jenner. Who else was in there? Man, just a bunch of
famous people.
Famous names.
Right.
I'm like, then there was one name I recognized. He's also a social media dude, and he does like basketball stuff. He was on ESPN, all that stuff there. I'm like, I know him.
Right.
So when I got home, I called him from my phone. Yo, what up? I'm like, yo, I found somebody's phone, dog, and I seen your number in this. He was like, yo, call me from that number. See who it is. I call him, and then it's an artist phone. This girl. I ain't gonna mention her name.
All right.
So he's like, yo, let me contact her because that's her like her second phone or whatever. I'm like, all right, no doubt. She hits me up. She was, oh my God, thank you so much. Yo, you don't understand. I need that phone. I'm like, I got you. Like, where you at? She goes, listen, can you make it at this address? And I look, and I'm like, when I look at the GPS, I'm like, that's like 45 minutes away.
Right.
I'm like, look, I'll be there. So I told my roommate, at the time, I was living with two girls. That's how I moved here first.
Right.
So I told Julia, and Julia's like, who's? And she started flipping because she's a huge fan. She goes,
Right.
I'll take you, no problem, let's go. And we jump in her car, we gas it up, and we go over there. So we pull up, and I hit her up, and she's not there no more. So I'm like, this is weird. Like, what you want me to do? She goes, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to call you. I'm like, if this is important, like,
Right,
I'm over
right.
here driving around. She goes, look, I'm over at this address. I'm like, okay, it's like another 40 minutes.
5 minutes from there. Wow.
So we drive over there, and I'm new here, and she's a superstar. Like, I'm like, yo. So we pull up, and my roommate's like, yo, please, I gotta get a picture of her. I'm like, of course. I just drove an hour and a half,
Yeah,
2
right.
hours.
Exactly.
I'm like, hey, I'm downstairs, so I'm waiting for her to come, so I can ask her nicely, like, yo, can we take this
Right.
picture? And some dude comes to the car. He's like, yo, and then apparently it was her brother. And I'm like, I didn't want to hold the phone hostage. I'm like, oh, okay, here. And I call her, and I'm like, hey, I text her. I'm like, hey, I gave your phone to your brother. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm here with my roommate, and she's a huge fan. I just want to know if I can take a picture. Yo, tell me how this girl flipped out on me. Like, who do you think you are? Well, you just, what's it called, the word she is? When you expect things, what's it called?
Oh, wow. I don't know what
She
the
started
word.
going off on me like, what you think? Just because you did that, like, I'm just supposed to go down? And I'm like, she just wanted a picture, like,
Right.
and I'm like, how can you be a bitch like
Right,
that?
right,
Like,
right.
this is crazy to me. And we're going back and forth, and she's like, yo, she goes, to be honest with you, like, I don't even have the time. I'm like, we've been arguing for 20 minutes. How you not have time, bitch? A year later, she was a guest on Wild 'N Out. I'm on the show working. I'm on the show working.
Oh.
And I started thinking, because Nick is very good friends with her. I'm like, do I go off on her? Because, yo, this is my job. Like, I'm going to go off. She was on my team, so I couldn't go after her. So when they presented her, she came to the thing. She looked at me and didn't remember.
Didn't remember nothing.
Nah.
It's hard to remember when you're a bitch like that to so many people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she only saw me because I wasn't really popping like that on Instagram. I had my videos. Yeah. She saw who I was because she went to my page to see who I was or whatever. But she only saw me once, so she didn't remember me. So she didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Oh God, you are. You know what? What I would have done? I would have gone to Nick and been like, "Yo, this is what's happening," and I'm gonna clown her subliminally.
I couldn't.
Why?
Nick was very good friends with her, and I'm the new guy.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Or you in the dressing room, you could just be like, "Yo, do you remember the time that you were an asshole to me?
When you lost your phone,
yeah,
some nice guy drove an
hour and a half. Do you remember that? That was me. Because that's happened to me too. Like they say, never meet your idols. Like that's happened to me where I met a celeb and I thought it was going to be cool, and this dude was not cool. And then I seen him later. He came to our show. And I just was an asshole to him. And Dion was like, "Yo, what up?" I'm like, "Yo, fuck that dude." He was like, "Yeah, man, cool." So it happens. Like that's why you're a better man than me. There would be no way.
Nah, I was new on the show. I just got on the show. Remember, I'm like, they didn't even want me last year. Now they want me.
Right.
I ain't causing no problem.
It was your
my first season.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I ain't causing no problem.
I wouldn't have said shit either. Yeah. I would have just told everybody. All right, I think we got how long? We got about what? About 5-10 minutes. All right, 6 minutes. You can get to Rihanna.
Cardi B.
Oh, Cardi B.
Cardi. So, doing my videos, and I started getting tagged.
Okay.
People just tagging me, and I go to see where I'm getting tagged at, and some girl that had like 400,000, because back then 400,000 was huge. It probably is to several people. So I'm looking at numbers all day. It's not,
Well, you got 1.5 million and 4 million on Facebook. 400,000 ain't shit.
So
I ain't even gonna tell you how many followers I got.
I be forgetting.
Go ahead. Shit.
When a nigga rich got millions, and he's like, yeah, so I threw 50,000 of the bitch because you wasn't shit. Like, you threw how much?
I can't wait.
Oh, my bad. That's a lot, right? My bad.
How about you take this $5? So,
so I go.
40,000 wasn't shit. Go ahead. That's a lot. Go ahead.
So I go on the page. It's Cardi B. This is before rapping. This is just straight. This is stripper Cardi.
Stripper Cardi.
And back then she would be on the internet, like just being her. You know what I'm saying? And but that's why people loved her so much, because she was just authentic. It wasn't an act. Even when that's how she was. So anyway, she posted my video and then tagged me. And I'm like, man, I'm losing out on all this. So I just, I learned you don't really go after people like that. Sometimes they don't know or whatever it is. Right. So I just comment. I'm like, hey, I appreciate you posting my video. Thank you very much. She saw it. She sends me a DM. She's like, yo, I didn't know it was you. I fucking love your videos. And she went and tagged me or whatever. And I'm like, yo, I appreciate you. Thank you, Cardi or whatever. And then, I always try to network. I'm like, listen, you trying to do a video? What's up? You know what I'm saying? I got some funny ideas.
Right.
And she's, oh my God, yeah, I can't act or nothing. I'm like, nah, I'll come up with something. We could think of something. I'm in Miami. She's in New York, and I ain't really have the money to just fly over there. Right. So what I used to do too, to work with other creators, because I would watch the King Bash and all these people, they all work together, but I'm in Miami by myself.
Right.
So what I would do is I tell people, like, listen, you're in the kitchen, I'll say something, you respond to me from the kitchen. So it looks like we're in the same house when I edit it together. So that's what I told Cardi. She goes, oh my God, we'll do it. So I finally shot her the idea. And we were going back and forth for like 2 months, because every time she'll remember, or she'll forget, and she'll hit me back like at 5 a.m. Like, I just got back from work. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. I can't do this right now. I'm like, no problem. For 2-3 months, we were doing the same thing, and she's always like, busy, or something comes up, or she's just lit, come back from work. And so we had that relationship. I had her phone number. We'll text here and there. And then, like, I hadn't seen her for like 2 weeks. So I hit her up. I'm like, yo, Cardi. And I called her. She was, yo, they took my page. And she was down, you know what I'm saying? Because she worked hard on that. She lost her page before. They gave it back to her. And she lost it again. And the reason why she lost it is because, like she'll get tagged for bullying or something like that. She's not. People talking shit, so she get up on there and put them on blast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not bullying, but Instagram don't see it like that.
Right.
But Instagram wasn't having it. They took her page, violating community rules. Man, her management, everybody tried to get a page back, was not happening. I'm like, Cardi, I can get your page back. And she goes, Tonyo, stop playing. Like, you look, I don't even want to. She was like, just send me a username and password. She goes, Tonyo, they try, like, just send me. And for whatever reason, she sent me her username and password. Damn. So what I did was, so I knew it's people, regular people that Instagram that work there, though, you know, if you're challenging something or whatever, they're going to read it. So I wrote the most heartfelt story. I was like, I'm like, look, I don't even know if Cardi knows this part because I never told her how I did it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I wrote as if I'm her because I have her username and password, and you can go to learn more and then, you know. I'm like, listen, my understanding is I violated community rules. I want you to understand, like, look, I'm a stripper. This is the best thing I got going for me. This is my way out. Ain't nobody helping me. I'm by myself. I have a sister and I live alone, and this is my way out. To be honest with you, I have someone writing this for me because I don't know how to read or write. So I did not understand. I did not understand your community guidelines. Someone just read them to me, and now I understand. If you can please give me a chance. This is the only thing I buy. The next day, her page was back.
Are you serious?
And then I call Cardi. I'm like, yo, your page is back. Stop playing with me, Tonyo. Stop fucking playing. She like, oh my God. Ah. A month later, she was booked in a strip club in Miami. She hit me up, Tonyo. I went, picked her up. She was, yo, and take me to like a stripper store to buy some stuff for, you know, for whatever. I took her over there and we shot a quick video. If you Google Cardi B Tonio Skits, you'll see Cardi twerking in my Camry. I came up with a quick skit, and you look it up. Just Google Tonio Skits and Cardi B.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
And we did something funny there. And man, Cardi was just, what you see is exactly what she is.
Right.
She's so like, you know, then she landed Love and Hip Hop. Then, you know, by that time I moved to LA. I'm starting on my career. Bodak Yellow came out. And then she was going to perform at, what's it called here? The strip club?
Secret Sunday.
Nah, big one.
Ace of Diamonds.
Ace of Diamonds, yeah. So I went over there, you know, to show support.
Why you know so many of these strip clubs? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tonyo.
Somebody tell me the owner's name. Dan the owner? So I pulled up, you know, show support. Man, the moment. So I'm walking towards where she's at, and security already looking at me like, nigga, don't try it.
Right.
Man, she saw me. Tonyo, what else? She moved the security guard out the way, brought me up there, you know. And sometime after that, I had gone on her live. I said, what up? And the story I just said, she told it to everybody else. And she's always kept it on 100. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
And that's, you know, that's my story with Cardi.
So let me ask you.
So I've never gone to see her strip.
No, I wasn't gonna ask you.
Oh.
Did you fuck?
Man, nah, man.
And that's the end of our episode of Funny Stories with Ocean and Tonio Skits. Yo, man, I appreciate you coming on here so much. What we usually do is at the end of the show, we have everybody tell where the social media and where they can find you, but I really don't think it's going to matter.
Nah, every follow count. Tonio Skits.
No, just fucking around. Just
follow my TikTok. I just started on that.
All right, so where can everybody find you at?
Just Tonio Skits on all platforms.
Yeah, it's Tonio Skits on all platforms. Chrissy Go Bang, where they can find you at?
Find me on OnlyFans and Instagram at Chrissy Go Bang.
That's right. Tom,
you can also find me on OnlyFans.
You can do OnlyFans. No. Tom refuses to tell anybody where
they know where I'm at.
They know where you at. And this has been another great episode of Funny Stories with Ocean. I appreciate you coming on, fam.
I appreciate you having me.
Yo, man, it's great to have you, and I really appreciate you. Again, if you want, thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Ocean Live TV. You can see it. And then if you just like to listen to it in your car or driving around, you can do Apple Podcasts.
That's your real name?
Yeah, Ocean. Yeah.
Oh, he got a light skin name.
Yeah,
Ocean.
absolutely.
His mom already knew. She like, yeah, this one gonna be light skin. Ocean.
Absolutely. So yeah, you can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Funny Stories with Ocean, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and always thank you guys. Thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate you. All right, until next week, we'll see you. Peace.